We are recording.
Yo, 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 yo.
Yeah, let's get it, y'all. All right, so what it is, man, Truth Be Told, episode 10.
Yep.
Got a very special guest in the building. Yo, you can hear me, Marcy?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm Chop Vada. You can see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
All right, we good, okay. We got Vada Fly in the building, man. Battle rap extraordinaire, all around personality, shit talker, yeah, generic asshole, all of that. Did I leave anything out?
Nah, man, you good. What up, though? Blessings, man. Blessings. Salute to y'all. Real talk.
I know you don't do many of these, man, so I want to tell you, man, we appreciate having you. You know what I mean?
Real talk.
Let's start from the beginning, man. Let's get a little bit of history on you, man. Where you from?
Bronx, New York, baby.
Okay, yeah, Bronx, nigga. You know what I mean? How did you get started? How did you get familiar with battle rap? I'm from the Bronx.
They had a lot of the old joints back in the days with the Lions Den, you know what I'm saying, with the Head Ices, and then Murder Mook. You know, Murder Mook was always like the catalyst of New York. And then you have Rex and his spectacular old school run, you know what I'm saying? And then you had a lot of other leagues. You had the Trap when they first came up, you know what I'm saying? You had a lot of old school joints that I would see from like the DVDs. And you gotta, like, I remember a lot of the time when you had people, when the battles used to come out one round at a time, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't, you didn't have 3-round battles. You didn't have, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the things that a lot of the people grew used to. But then you had a lot of leagues coming up, you know what I'm saying? And then I had was more of a casual fan. Like, I see like big stage events and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never, like, a lot of the underground cats you didn't really see often because when they landed on the DVDs. And then once the internet really picked up and you started seeing a lot of the PGs, different artists like that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the I got more in tune with it, you know what I'm saying? And then when I got more in tune with it, I liked it a lot more. And then
So what was the thing that sparked in you that said, you know what, man, I want to start talking about this shit?
Av. It was Av versus None. Av said I still remember this though. He said the rounds that I brought for this clown, the 3-minute kind, put the 4-5 to the square, the speed limit sign, catch him getting in his ride, let off that black heater, and all you see is a body by the rim like a Shaq sneaker. I said, oh my God. I said, I don't know who this nigga is right here. I was like, yo. I said, I don't know who he is or what and that's when it kind of like, I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. I was like, yo, you gotta talk about this shit. So then I just started like talking about him, you know what I'm saying? And then I had seen a lot of y'all old joints, you know what I'm saying? Big K versus Arsenal, Clean Paper versus Dre Dennis. I remember Dot versus Sky, XL versus
No,
Steve.
you know what? And I want to say this, man. You was one of the few niggas that I've ever come across in this game that just honestly just knew how to show love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and this shit is like, niggas act like it's the hardest thing in the world to show love. I mean, the first time we met, you walked up to me, you introduced yourself, and I introduced myself back. He was like, yo, I'm familiar with y'all, man. I fuck with the Trap. And ever since then, you've been my nigga since then, because that was the first time, besides Heavy Bag, you and Heavy Bag probably been the only two that ever did that. Like, you know what I mean? That just show love. Like, you know what I mean?
I know, but the thing is with y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all had a unique style of putting battles together. I remember battles like way back. Gaddafi, Green, and Gutter. That's one of my favorite joints that y'all did. Dot and Daddy Mason. I could go on all day about battles that y'all did, you know what I'm saying, that I remember. I remember when y'all had Tink the Demon, you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah,
way back, you know what I'm saying? When Tink the Demon.
And you really be outside though, and I respect that.
Yeah. And I
you're not this computer blog. You're not one of these computer bloggers.
Yeah, a lot of bloggers don't like to come outside, man.
And you know what? And you know what the thing is, man? I'll be honest with you. Nowadays, you're gonna when you have an opinion, like sometimes the opinion is not popular. You know what I'm saying? Like if you talk about a certain battle or whatever the case may be, you may get backlash for it. You know what I'm saying? But I think that overall, it's just talking about what you love and what you like. And I think that at the end of the day, it's going to always continue to move. And I think that as the social media and everything really took off, you had so many different outlets that do what they do. And then I found the dude that I work with, Showtime SP. I met him in a GameStop one day. You know what I'm saying? I was in a GameStop just going to buy a Nintendo. And his energy, when I met him, his energy was so high. He's the way he is now. His energy was like that. And I was like, yo, if he could put this together, kind of like put it together and hone his craft, he could be definitely good. And I just had built a genuine bond with him. So it was kind of like a back and forth thing to where it's at now. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, for the record, I got my money on Mercy on any video game against you. You know what I mean?
I'm not the go online and play. I'm like a play against the computer. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna play against the comp. They like. I remember. I was like, man, let me test my hand in Madden right quick. And I think somebody picked like one of the worst teams in the league. It's great. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna
tell y'all a quick story when my video game days was over. It's a true story. I was playing like Madden. It's probably like 06, 07, right?
Right.
I'm playing with this nigga. This nigga fucking like Kansas or fucking Iowa, some shit like that. This nigga. It was a close game in the first game. We ran it back though.
Yeah.
To the third quarter, this nigga smoking me. He talking shit. You know, online, this nigga talking shit to me, yo. So I'm like, all right. So I just hear somebody in the background yelling at the nigga. And I'm like, yo, what's up with that? He like, yo, I gotta go to bed. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? How old are you? He like, yo, I'm 10. I said, oh, get the fuck out of here. I said, I'm not playing video games.
Back me up. I'm going.
I was getting smoked by a fucking 10-year-old in the middle of the country somewhere, yo. I'm like, I ain't fucking with video games no more, man.
Nah,
I don't want to skip over this, though. You spent a little bit of time in the military, too, right?
Yep. Actually, a lot.
So how long you was on tour for?
19 years.
You spent 19 years in the military?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, let's talk about that for a minute. What was some of the crazy shit you seen?
A lot
because I ask this because, you know, coming from the streets, that's one thing, but you ain't seen shit until you've been in the military.
A lot of convoys, you know what I'm saying? Like, because when you think, you know how some people be like, I'm gonna ride on the ops, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna ride through this block. There ain't nothing like going on them rides. You know what I'm saying? Like, them rides, you come back, your vehicles have bullet holes all in them, and you like, oh my God, oof, I got lucky today. You know?
So did that leave you with any emotional scars though coming back into society after doing such a long time in the military?
No, because when you come from like where we come from, it's one of them things where it's like you work so hard just to make it out. So you have to take everything from a perspective of it could be worse, you know what I'm saying? I could be in jail, I could be dead, you know what I'm saying? So when you'll have your good days, you'll have your bad days. But overall, as long as you good, your family good, and you got your health, you really can't complain, you know what I'm saying? So I know people who have been in way worse scenarios and situations, but I just look at it all as experience, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
Did you get sent over to Afghanistan and Iraq, any of that shit?
Yeah, I was over there 3 times already.
Wow.
So.
That's crazy, yo. So salute to you, my brother, on that, man. Real talk, yo.
Yeah,
it's good research. It's good research that you knew that.
No. I mean, we follow each other on Twitter. So
yeah.
So I'll get my scrolls in here and then I'll try to see what's going on. I don't follow that many people, so it's like it's easy to see like what's on my timeline. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that.
No doubt. All right, so in terms of just when it comes to like blogging, right? It started off with a few. Like name some of the early bloggers in battle rap.
It was me. I remember CJ City. I remember Brad Butter, and those pretty much the main ones. I think Jay Black was around. And that was really it as far as the early days, like when I first started.
So he's OG.
So just coming from like, you know, from the early days to now, explain like what was your way of tackling that part of the game going into it, like when you first started blogging?
I think I think the biggest thing, and I'm sure No Mercy can agree with me, as far as with the blogging thing now, is the consistency. When I first watched, when I first seen the game start, people will blog maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like the Chris Unbiases and all them people, they didn't blog that often. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when the new, really whoever's in the game now came around, the consistency stepped up. So it went from one blog a week to one every damn day or one every other day. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where the game changed. And then you had the people who could, that was before the pay-per-view era. I came in like when it was no pay-per-view, transitioned into everything on pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Like back then, when it was the pay-per-view, when it was no pay-per-view, you had to either be there or you could get somebody on the phone and talk about, yo, I think this person won, I think that person won. But now the pay-per-view era came, and now all the apps and everything else are here. You could have 6 battles on the card, recap every single one of them, and it's like 30,000, 40,000. You know what I'm saying? So now it's so much accessibility, and then you have a lot of fans that nowadays they don't buy pay-per-view. They don't. Some of them don't even have apps. They don't even want to pay $7, $8 a month for no app. They just go to whoever they're comfortable with and say, let me find out who won. You know what I'm saying? They just go to whoever they feel comfortable with. So I think that a lot of those guys, the CJ Cities and the No Mercies and everybody else, they put in work, but it was like different eras. You know what I'm saying? It was like you had like 50 Cent got popping before social media was here. Imagine the numbers he would have did if he first came out before when Instagram and everything else was really relevant. You know what I'm saying? They did numbers, like all of those guys did numbers before social media really became as prevalent as it is. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was the big difference between now and then. You know what I mean?
I think one of the things that really, like, one of the things I respected the most about you was that you made it a point to make sure that you equally show love to as many things that's moving in battle rap as possible.
Right.
You always made it a point to where you said, I didn't want to stay stagnant just doing one thing for one league. I want to make sure that I could tap into everything and shed light on the culture as a whole. Why was that so important for you?
I think at times it becomes one of those things where when you get really closely affiliated with any one entity, because at the end of the day, this shit is all competition. Whether people say it or not, it's all competition. This league don't like that league don't like this league don't like that league. But when you have power as far as like 20, 30, 50, 60, 70,000 people watching everything that you're putting out, when you're spreading that wealth, whether RBE has a good event, King of the Dot has a good event, if it's a trap battle, regardless of what it is, if you're spreading all of that across the board, you have a full range perspective. And the thing is, it's like, if you put all your eggs in one basket, if that basket ain't no good no more, then everything that you have is gone. So when you spread love to every single portion, because I remember, and ARP can attest to this, ARP had an event, and I think I kind of went in because it wasn't the greatest, and he hit me, and we talked on the side for a minute, and he let me know, like, yo, you could not like something without, you know what I'm saying, putting it down. And that kind of was like, you know what? Damn, you know what? He's right. And that's when I started to, it really clicked to me like, yo.
Hey, yo, you heard that, Mercy?
Yeah. You
can like something without...
You cannot like something without putting it down. So it's like, you know what?
Mercy shit on everything.
Yeah,
man, listen.
I seen a joint, a blog by him the other day. Yo, he was going crazy. The boom shit. I was like, oh my God, yo, like he went crazy. Oh man.
Well, I mean, you know, it's like this nigga's like the wrong nigga to get stirred up, man.
Yeah,
you know
he went crazy. He had the interview up, and he stopped every 2 minutes. Like, now you said on this day, dude. I was like, oh my God, he broke that shit down so clean, and I was like, damn, like it was kind of crazy. I ain't gonna hold you.
No, but you know, here's my thing, right? I feel like people. It's kind of ironic how, in such an opinionated sport, how sensitive people be about opinions.
Oh my God, what?
That is like crazy to me. Like in a game that's fully built on opinions, people be sensitive about opinions.
Yeah,
like
certain battlers, you could say, like, for instance, if they had a really bad game, like the intro to my joint, it's like, y'all want to know what happened? I'm going to tell you what happened. He got smoked. That was about Danny Myers. Danny Myers battled Passwords, and he got 30. He got beat, right? And the funny thing was, I went crazy on it, but that's my man. You know what he did? He commented on the video, this is what I need, I appreciate it, and packed his lunch versus Disaster and had what became the battle of the year on King of the Dot versus Disaster, and went on a run. He battled Hollow the Don. He just battled Emerson Kent. He had mad battles since then. So some people use what you say as positive, as motivation, like, nah, I'm not. I've had people call me and be like, yo, I ain't want to end up in one of them joints because I know 50,000 people going to see it. I was like, hell no, I got my shit. Because they know it's coming.
But what is that like for you, though, knowing that you have a voice that really means something to the point that people will call you about the shit you're saying?
Yeah. It means a lot because I think the one thing is the unfilteredness, not to the point where I'm just going to be on there like, mother F this, mother F that, you mother. I ain't going to do that, you know what I'm saying? But I know that if I recap a battle, like, for instance, right, I don't think I have more videos with 10,000 views on my channel than I have videos without, you know what I'm saying? So knowing the analytics and knowing that the people are gonna watch it makes you more cognizant of the material. Like, okay, you wanna huh? You said what?
No, it says make you more cognizant of what you're saying.
Yeah. So you kind of got to approach it in that perspective, because people nowadays, they just want entertainment. And the way I try to approach it is, I want to do something that I would watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I remember when I first started, maybe like 3-4 years ago, somebody in my comments commented like, I'm like a Chilla Jones blogger, saying I was boring back then. You know what I'm saying? I probably was. So when I watched it, I was like, damn. And that resonated well with me. So I always now try to be as entertaining as possible, bring as much charisma and character that I can. And I make it to the point now where if my partner's not with me, you get the same viewer experience from me by myself, because he has kids, he has a job, he has things to do. So sometimes he might not be able to make it, but what I still try to do is bring what the viewer would want to watch. You know what I'm saying? So I think that I think if what we owe or what I owe to the viewer is my best effort, because there's sometimes when a battle comes out, I don't even want to talk about it, but I have to give them the best effort because they're watching from their home, their barbershop, their car. I know some people I promise you, dude told me, he said, my girl was like, I should get him to tell you what I want you to know because you listen to that nigga more than you listen to me. Yeah. You know? So
I think one thing battle rap needs in total is just honesty. I think the game would be in a much better place if more people just honest in this shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, because everything ain't hot, everything ain't fine. A lot of niggas is trash, a lot of niggas suck, a lot of bloggers is ass, and all kinds of shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and if to me, there's no way to weed out the fuck shit in this game. Everything is just to go. You know what I mean? So it's like when a dude like you comes along, it's like a breath of fresh air. Somebody, whether I agree with you or not, at least I know you're giving it from your honest perspective.
Yeah, and it's the controversy, like, it's a controversy-ridden era. So, like, you'll have people who they don't do the numbers that you do, so they'll do slander joints about you or put your name in the titles and all this shit so people can watch it because they know if it's affiliated, the algorithms are going to push whatever is written. So if it's like, this person's this person's that, F this person, people are going to watch it, you know what I'm saying? But they're not watching off the strength of your talent. They're watching that you're talking about someone else. And I think that for me, I try to keep it about the battles, the actual battles, the battle raps. Like, you know, every now and then there'll be a fight or there'll be something like that. And people want to hear about that stuff too. But I feel like the majority should be predicated off the actual battles. You know what I'm saying? And like when bullshit go on, I'll call Mercy. I'll be like, yo, dog, did you hear about this?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I'll hit him up early in the morning. Yo.
But I mean, even like, I mean, nobody's immune to that. That shit happens with everybody in this game in terms of just dealing with the nonsense. I mean, shit, I heard just today a battle rapper was going off on you. Like, what the fuck is going on with that?
Like I said, it's about the battles, like I and the funny thing is, like, in that situation, it's like all we do is recap a battle. That's all we do.
Basically all it was about, just your opinion.
Recapping the battle. That's it. It's nothing else to it. It's as simple as a recap. It's as simple as a recap. That's all you do is recap the battle. Never once did you curse. Never once did you call somebody out of their name. All you said was, I need you to bring more next time. The person that you got with, he got it. He's leveling up. I want to see him doing bigger things. And I said specifically, I don't know you to the point where I've been in your house or you've been in my house, so this is not hating. This is just me saying I know the level that you can go to, and this wasn't it. People can't accept that. Like, nowadays, people can't accept that type. It's like, no. F this, F that. And that's cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, I'm going to be honest with you, right? And I'm going to tell you something that I don't say, because it's not really about, I don't want it to be about money, or I don't want it to be about nothing like that, but I'm at a point now between clothing and between talking about battle rap, I pay all my bills, every single one of my bills, every one.
And that's what's up, and that's good shit.
From my house to my cars, to my bit, like everything I pay, like merchandise and blog.
Hey, my nigga, don't say cars like I don't got a couple of cars. Like, I got some cars too. You know what I mean?
With an S at the end. And so when you look at it, I look at it like, with everything that you get, you're going to get some kickback. Like Jay-Z said, your success is going to take a shot at you. Of course, I mean, you ain't going to make it unless somebody doesn't like it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't ever have any feelings.
Somebody said that before American Gangster?
Yes. Jay-Z said, they said it, Denzel said it. Your success took a shot at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's from American Gangster, right?
Yeah, from American Gangster. But you know what? I say it like this. Regardless of what anyone can say, as far as like, oh, F this, F that, or whatever post or negativity, I look at it like, I bet you when the next battle come, I bet you they're going to be on their shit. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that. So if I got to take whatever comes with it to get you where you need to be at the end, because it happened with Chess too. You know what I'm saying? When Chess was going through, I remember when Chess battled Geechee Gotti. I made a blog like, why is he getting Geechee Gotti? He ain't done nothing. Woo, woo, woo. You see the run that he went on with Geechee, with Jerry West, with the 2-on-2, with everything. I said he had a phenomenal year until he ran into John John. Sometimes people need motivation. And it's funny that the motivation can come from a random person with a camera.
Hey, I'm gonna lie, John John is like the fucking the little nigga killing and shit.
Oh, yeah, don't jump in front of John John. But yeah,
he don't spare nobody.
I think him and DNA is like the two niggas that just thrive off like stunting niggas growth, you know?
They're getting you out of here. Like, they're gonna get you out. Like, if you're a newer guy and they get you with that contract, like if I'm beat out and they call me up and say, yo, we got John John, now skip that one. Do something else, man. Just
going to RBE. I'm good. I'm not battling John John.
Don't battle him, because he's gonna smoke you. He's gonna get you out of here. But to add on to what my man Peso said, like, it happens like every couple months, you know, somebody will jump in their feelings about a recap. And I get it, but you know what? I'm be honest with you. The next one's coming and the next one's coming. It's not going to change. You know what I'm saying?
You know what, though? In position, you can't give a fuck about it.
No way. The No Mercies, the CJ Cities, the Caps, the Blacks, everybody, the unbiased, the footprints that they set in the lane that they open doesn't have room for people to come and then pacify feelings. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's like, so what? Like, you don't like it? Okay, you're going to get mad. But a week from now, will you talk about what said battle rapper said about a recap? No, it doesn't matter. It just matters for the day. And then after that, it just moves on to the next thing. Like, yo, this happened, that happened. Ultimate Madness is tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So it comes like Skip Bayless and any of these guys, Stephen A. Smith. Of course, they get kicked back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen Skip Bayless say today that whether Dak Prescott starts or not, it doesn't matter. You think he cares? You think he likes that? Of course, he's gonna be mad at that. He's like, yo, I'm trying to get 190 million. You think I want to hear somebody telling me that I'm not worth it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
that's a fact.
Battle rapper, if they win, and that's the one thing about me, regardless of what any battle rapper has ever gotten their feelings or said, if they win, I can still say they won. If they lost, I can still say they lost. And as long as I know that when I wake up in the morning, as long as I could be honest about a battle and not take a battle away from somebody because they said something on Twitter or got mad, that's not going to do it for me. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be unflappable, baby. It's not easy. Trust me, it's not easy. You would love to jump on camera because, like, if I jump on camera and go in on a battle rapper, it's going to do way more views than any post they could ever make. I know if I jump on the camera and go in on a battle rap, I could do 100,000 today. I know that. But for me, it ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? It's really not worth it. So it's like, if that what makes you happy, you get that off, bless you. I hope everything works out in your favor. But you got another battle coming, and it's going to get recapped. And
let
guess
me
what?
ask you a question then. So is there a fine line for you between integrity and YouTube views? Because a lot of the bloggers today do anything for YouTube views.
Yes, you cannot do. I can't, like, there's things I wouldn't, like, people's kids, people's families, never. Other bloggers, I never, you could go up and down my channel, I got 1,000 videos, none is about another blogger. I never talk about other people. As far as bloggers on my platform, it's not worth it. Like, what are you doing that for? People's families, out of line. Like, situations like that, no. You know what I mean? Now, if it's something that's trending, like somebody got arrested, I look at it like this. If somebody got arrested, I look at it from the same perspective that you would look at ESPN. If LeBron goes out and gets arrested at a nightclub, it's going to be on ESPN. You know what I'm saying? If Steph Curry swings on one of the staff members, it's going to be on ESPN. You know what I mean? So you got to do it from that perspective, but then you don't want to get TMZ-ish to where you're just making clicky things that, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Because even with the Ali Boom thing, when that shit was like at the height of it, I was looking for your joint, and it took a while for you to do one. Like, you know what I mean?
Because that situation, when I had to intellectualize it first, and being in the public and knowing how people could attack and things like that, like, you gotta really internalize things like, okay, is it worth going back and forth or doing this? So I just waited till the facts. Like, I seen the Big K paperwork originally and stuff like that. So then once they put the websites out and all this other stuff, I seen it. And then once I once I saw his interview, I just said the best thing that you could do in this situation is be quiet, like not say nothing. And that's when I said something about it. But
it took a while for you to even get to that point. You know what I mean? Like,
it was a minute. It was blogs out before I said something about it. But when I look at the numbers, the one I did probably has more views than all of the other ones. That's because there's no rush. It's like, there's really no rush. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna, it's like, when you know that something's gonna generate traffic, you don't have to rush it because people gonna watch it anyway. You know what I mean? So, and I think that in his situation, it's kind of clear how it went. You can watch No Mercy's blog if you don't know. It's kind of clear how it went. And like, I watched Mercy's joint. I'm like, damn, people talking about what I did. I'm like, they ain't see this shit right here. They see this right here. And I knew he was talking about Mercy in the joint. He was like, and all, and then these league owners. I'm like, oh shit, I like he talking about Mercy.
Right. Should have never said that.
I was like, yeah, Mercy gonna jump in his bag, and Mercy jumped in his bag and kind of went crazy. I was like, oh my god, he ain't talking about you no more.
Let's talk wins and losses, man. Like, how much does that still matter in battle rap to you?
To me, it's paramount, but to battle rap, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, in battle rap, wins and losses don't matter. Like, you could lose battle after battle after battle, and as long as, and I've heard this from being in different conversations, that selling tickets and star power matters. Who the fans want to see matters. You know what I'm saying? I've heard this. I've been told this. Like, we would book whoever, Danny Myers, or we would book whoever's winning, but who do people want to see matters. I remember Jerry West killing for like a minute before he had to go off on the damn league owner in front of him to get really his name start being pushed like that. You know what I mean? So I think wins should always matter, but I love seeing people like the Saga come up. You know what I'm saying? I remember when people was like, oh, hell no, I do a recap on the Saga, he do 2,300 views. People be like, man, fuck that. I ain't trying to hear nothing about this nigga. But watching him come up and watching him make wins matter, Danny Myers make wins matter. Folks like Rum Nitty start winning. The Geechee Gotti's win. When you're winning, I think it means a lot more. But when you're losing, now for some reason it doesn't matter. Now, when guys like No Mercy and Unbiased and all of them came out, wins meant everything. Wins meant everything. somewhere in between the glitz, the glamour, the big names, the big numbers, the wins kind of just got washed out the way. And now it's just all about clout and all about doing numbers.
Honestly, that's because it became more about a business than it did about the sport.
Right.
So, at the end of the day, when you got niggas putting up 20, 30, 40,000 for an event, you trying to get that money the fuck back. You know what I mean?
You gotta remember, after Summer Madness 1, all the dudes that got bodied on that card, they were sat down for a minute. Mav sat down, Miles sat down, Averb sat down. Like, niggas was getting cooked and not coming back.
Yo, that loss to Calico really almost ended Mav's career for a little minute, yo. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so that's when shit really mattered. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you that showed up.
You can look at now, for instance, right? And I don't want to take no battle rapper in particular, but I will say, I will just take a scenario like a B Magic, right? B Magic, I don't think he's won a battle in probably 2 years. Honestly, I really don't think he's actually won a battle. He battled Geechee Gotti, he didn't win. He battled recently on Quarantine versus T-Top, he didn't win. He battled Math Hoffa, he didn't win. He battled, like, every single battle that he's having, he's not winning, but he's continually getting booked. Why? Because
he said on Twitter he said he didn't even care about the Math Hoffa battle.
That's what. But that's the thing. He didn't even care, but he's going to continually get booked. He has another one coming up against Jerry West on the roof. Like,
look, I got to salute B Magic because he actually came with it against Kush Cloud and then slacked in the Math battle. Like, it's not often you see that. You know how they always say, oh, I could slack off on the lower name because I got Lux next week. So I at least got to respect him for that. Like,
okay, well, I gotta watch.
But you see, but what you just said, not to cut you off, what you just said is the problem right there. The fact that these niggas' next 5 battles are already set up.
Yeah.
So why would you care about this battle here if you got your next paydays already lined up?
There's no repercussion. There's no sit down. You have battles now. Battlers now, they'll take a bunch of battles on small leagues and use the same raps in battle after battle after battle, knowing that there's gonna be no repercussion. You know what I'm saying? Like, when did we get that comfortable?
Yo, because the competitive nature in this shit is dead. Like, honestly, yo, I feel like in order for this shit to really grow, wins and losses have to start mattering again, you know? Because at the end of the day, the fan, like, honestly, to keep it a buck, I mean, this is just me personally. I don't feel battle rap has grown in the last 5 years. The same people who fucked with it 5 years ago still fuck with it today. You understand what I'm saying? There's little things coming in play that are trying to get it there to that next level, but you're not giving the novice viewer a reason to watch battle rap.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, think about it. I got into UFC because of the competitive nature of it. Like, you know what I mean? Once you start putting things on the line and seeing people that's going to, all right, fuck that. I'm going to give a perfect example, right? How many niggas watch horse racing? Not many. But if you hear a certain horse is trying to go for the Triple Crown, and it's usually the first horse to get that shit in 20 years, you're going to go watch that shit, yo. Because something is on the line. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. Like, battle rap needs that. There's nothing on the line in battle rap right now to get people who don't necessarily give a fuck about it to pay attention to it. Yeah.
You know what? What really has diminished and taken away from battle rap, especially in the last 2 years. The fact that battles aren't put on YouTube like that no more. From the biggest leagues are not pushing the content to YouTube in an expeditious manner. Like, John and Jack Boy took almost 9 months to hit YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So while apps and while different things like that are starting to grow, the actual battle rap culture is being stagnated because you have the casual viewer who, like, you know how you, like, y'all are in it. Y'all know everything that's going on. Y'all are in it. You can say, okay, No Mercy can hit me and say, yo, what's up with this? Or you can hit me and say, yo, I heard a battle rapper was emotional today. The random fan in the barbershop, they don't know nothing about none of that. They don't care about that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They only care about what's popping right now. They'll tell me when I run into the random fan that knows nothing about all of the internet shit, they'll be like, yo, dog, what's up with Rex, man? Like, I love Rex, man. He ain't doing it like he used to do no more. They don't know nothing about the bad battles and nothing like that. They just remember the history because it was all.
I'm gonna keep it a buck, my nigga. Rex be having 100 niggas on stage with him, yo. Mm-hmm. Don't none of them niggas on stage with him give a fuck about battle rap. They only there for Rex.
They only there for him. You know what I'm saying? And it's the account.
If you could turn all of them niggas into fans and so on and so forth, how much more packed the building would be?
Yeah, it would be super packed. It would be super packed. You know what I mean?
Like, but you're not like right now. I feel like battle rap is at a glass ceiling, and it has to do something to break through that glass ceiling to get to that next level. Because right now, I mean, it is what it is, my nigga. It's like the shit is not filling up Madison Square Garden. You know what I mean? So it's like, what do you do to get it to that level to where you can get people who sit on Netflix, Hulu, and all these streaming apps for hours and hours and hours? How can you get those people to watch one battle?
Yeah, I think we need.
That's true.
First of all, that's a great opinion, and that's a great thought. There needs to be room to grow as far as new talent. Like, we are so used to the people that was here 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the times when these cards come out and people try to push new talent, it's like, well, we want to see Goods, or we want to see Hitman, or we want to see Cal. And there's nothing wrong with those artists. And when you do like this at this level where I'm at, like, I know in the world, you know what I'm saying, there aren't 10 people that do more analytically than me. There isn't. If we looked and we did work through every name, there's not 10 people. There might not be 5, but it doesn't matter right now. What I'm saying is they know who to talk about. If I talk about Sue Surf, don't even matter what it is. It doesn't matter. I could talk about anything he got going on. People are going to press play because it's his name involved. We need to get some people who are hungry in those positions and continue to usher that talent up there. So when they get up there, they're going to be going hard on every single card. They're going to be bringing their A game.
That's something me and Mercy talk about all the time. The fact that we need to usher in, fam, I don't want to see Jay Mills battle. I'm sorry.
No. Jay Mills.
I'm from that time, and I don't want to see him battle, yo.
No, Jay Mills.
I just don't. I'm sorry. We're talking about niggas like fucking. Shit. Like I don't want to see Cicero battle.
No.
I'm sorry. I don't. I'm like, why are we seeing dudes from 15 years ago jumping in this shit now? Like, it needs to be a changing of the guard, but we have to ask ourselves, are these new niggas that good?
See, that's the thing. A lot of it, it's like now with social media and with the way that people can be marketed and pushed and given battles, whether they win or lose, continue to be pushed. It's like the rearview mirror. The objects appear closer in the rearview mirror. So you have it like, are these people really that good? Or is the way they're being pushed, promoted, and, you know what I'm saying, driven that good? You know what I'm saying? Because when you got a machine behind you, you could do amazing.
No. I'm going to be fair. URL, the #1 league, right? No question. The world's most respected, whatever the fuck you want to say, right? They are trying to push these niggas. Like, they are doing Survivor Series, Man Legacy, Vaughn Legacy, all kinds of shit. Like, they are trying like to push these.
Niggas got a whole tournament. It was for 15 racks. Niggas upped it to 20.
Oh my God, tournaments, putting money on the line. They are trying their damnedest to push these niggas.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
So it's like, my nigga, at a certain point, you just gotta be like, yo, my nigga, these niggas just ain't that good. Yo, like, you know what I mean? Because when you doing all of this shit, you doing 3-day events.
Yo, these niggas said, we putting these niggas, the 2 winners, on known. What the fuck is a nigga who hasn't had a fucking battle? These niggas is going straight to known.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Sometimes like, yo, what the fuck else do we need to do?
Yeah, that's wild. That's
Mercy
wild.
been in this shit. Mercy been in this shit since its inception.
Oh,
When
shit.
have you ever heard of new niggas winning UFF and going straight to known?
No, it don't work like that.
These niggas going straight. What? All you got to do is win. Yo,
And that's where my point of view be when I say like, yo, fam, like all these niggas really just not that good because it's like niggas are really like aggressively trying to keep these niggas to that next level. And it's like, we still talking about rematches, my nigga. We're talking about clips in fucking A Verb Part 2. Like, what the fuck? Like,
yo, you got mad
I do not
niggas.
want to see that.
You got mad niggas who have never been on Known before. And all new niggas have to do is win 3 or 4 battles and they gonna be on Known. And you got niggas that been cooking like Saga been cooking for a fucking year and a half. Cooking for a fucking year, 3, 4 years. I can name 5 or 10 niggas been cooking forever and ain't never even seen a Known stage unless they behind a bigger nigga in their crew who's the main nigga. But these niggas can't even see the big stage. But they said, you in this tournament, you could be on Known, my nigga. Like you said, it's like you. And then, and like Peso said, are they really that good, or are you just doing whatever you? Nigga, it's a pandemic. Nigga said, fuck the pandemic. Nigga said, fuck Corona. We pushing, nigga. They got 5 battles tomorrow, nigga, with the pandemic.
That's wild.
Son, you niggas like, I swear to God, you taking niggas from every. They ain't all from the same city, my nigga. You taking niggas from New York, from Florida, from Atlanta, from all. You put all these niggas in the same room, and these niggas is not gonna be close combat, and then all of them niggas is going back home.
yo, my nigga, like
They don't fuck the word up again.
Oh my God, like yo, and it's like, you know what, man, I'm gonna keep it real. Because we run a development league. So we pride ourselves on trying to push talent to that next level, man. But it gets to the point where it's like, yo, you got to see what's going on in the game. And you just got to be honest, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like within the last 2 or 3 years, they literally been trying to force some of these niggas onto the people. Like, literally trying to force them. Like, yo, fuck with these niggas. And it's not working, you know?
It'll be like just because a nigga hang out with another nigga, niggas will be on 5 cards in a row. You like, yo, this nigga.
Like, yo, my nigga. He cool with such and such. And like, come on, yo, my G. Like, they need to get back to like just getting to that genuine talent again, man. Pushing niggas that can really get on up there and light up the stage, man. It's only been a handful in the last 3, 4 years, yo.
Listen, man, the prime example is when I seen Burke Bucks was booked for a PG. He was booked for a PG before his first battle even dropped. I'm like, what? No, when his very first PG, I forgot who he battled on his first PG, but it was booked before his very first battle. I think his first battle might have been on Bullpen. He was on the, I think he was on the Tay Rock and Bad News card. And before that battle actually dropped,
the PG.
He was booked for a PG.
Wow. Yeah.
I thought that was weird.
Well, like you said, relationships mean more than anything. It's now it was to a point where it got to a point where niggas would just place a phone call. Yo, you want me to battle Big T or you want me to battle fucking B Magic? Put my man on the card too. And niggas would be like, all right, cool. We want the name. We're going to book his homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way shit was going. But that takes away from, I think the last real class that they had that was really, really crazy was T-Top, Chess, and Briz and them niggas. You know what I'm saying? And Saga and Prep. You know what I mean? I mean, you had
that's a fact though.
Av came through, Mike P came through, Geechee came through, New Jersey Twerk came through. You know what I'm saying? Niggas came through and made it up there.
A few sprinkles here and there, but in terms of just like
the last group of niggas that all of them came through and all of them was wrecking shit was Dot and all of them. Like, that was the last group that they had. Like, they had like 6 real niggas that they could put on a rookies version. That's why they haven't had another one since then, because they don't got a group of niggas who they could put against the vet.
No, it's I feel like it's definitely one of the things that's, me personally, I'm not a fan of rematches, my nigga. I do not like to see fucking rematches. I'm sorry, I do not want to see Clips and A-Verb again. I don't want to see Calico and Math again. I don't want to see. I don't like rematches because I feel like if we doing the same, if we relive SM2 all over again.
No, it'll never be the same. It's not gonna be the same.
It's not gonna be the same. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can sit and try to do all of them battles all over again, but it's not gonna be the same vibe.
And not at all.
And honestly, I was saying this in a podcast joint. I don't think we're gonna see no big stage battle rap in 2020. world tours have been canceled. Real tours with real artists.
Well, question for both of y'all then. How many big battles are left? Like, how many mega battles are left?
There's about mega. There's about 5. I'd say about 5, maybe 5 to 10. You could put together really big matchups, but because you obviously got Sue Surf versus Lux, Sue Surf versus John gotta happen.
Surf and Mook gotta happen. You got Math and Mook could be big.
Yeah, because he got a story behind that one. Yeah,
right. And I think where you say super matchups, you have to look at.
Crazy that Mook was like 2 out of the 5 joints.
Yeah, Mook, Surf, and them guys is like, but you have to have the biggest names. You got, you could do Hitman and Geechee. That could potentially be a big matchup because Geechee he's got to go against bigger names.
We could do Hitman and Mook. Did we say that?
Yeah. No, we didn't say that. You could do that.
We didn't say Hitman and Mook.
That would definitely be a mega.
Well, a big matchup would be K-Shine and Pat Stay because K-Shine hasn't been tested like that. Not the way that a Pat Stay could test him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he hasn't been tested to the point where it's like, damn. I think if he battled a Pat Stay, he would go into the battle as the underdog.
Yeah.
Man, shit, we still didn't get that Hollow versus this.
Yeah, but it's really like to the point to where you can see they're trying to spread out the few mega battles we have left because it ain't that many.
Hollow versus Mook still supposed to happen.
Like, look how long they dragged out the Sue Surf and Lux battle. They had to drag that shit out because it's like you really gotta build that shit up because you ain't gonna have another one of those for a little minute.
No, you ain't gonna. You're not gonna. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna have that for a minute. You won't have those. And the thing is, like, big stage battle rap is probably not gonna happen for a while because as long as Corona is relevant, you're not going to be able to put 500 people in the room legitimately and be like, yo, we're going to sell tickets. And it's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, the damn Board of Health will come shut that shit down. You know what I mean? Because
that's fucking bad. So what direction you think the game is going to go in for the near future?
More rooftop style. Rooftop separates writers. It separates writers from I got a gun so big, I got to get extra closet space. It separates them niggas, you know what I'm saying, it separates them niggas from just the bing bow headshot rappers.
Yo, I gotta shout out Cortez's round against Saga. My God, he went the fuck off. I don't know which round it was, but I seen that. That was his third.
Third.
Oh my!
He said he didn't give a fuck about
shout out to Cortez, man. That was a fucking. Imagine if that round was a big win.
Yeah. That nigga, he said, you think I give a
they
fuck about Saga? School squeezing. When I had to bury my brother through a Zoom meet, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Shout out to Cortez for that one. But yeah, so more rooftop style stuff.
More rooftop style stuff, more small room stuff, more development of the young, because now you got nothing but time on your hands. So you could continue to develop those newer guys that's in the tournament and all of that. You could potentially get them some intermediate names. But this is a time frame where different leagues could try doing different things because you're in a win-win situation. Like, people just want content, so it's very hard to fail unless you do something that's totally whack, you know what I mean? But for the most part, I think that as long as, like, them battles that they was having on the Skype and all of that, they really was crunchy, you know what I'm saying? But they came up with another idea to have battles face-to-face, battling on the rooftop, and that popped off. It's like, yo, this is fire. So I think we need more people that got, because look at Emerson Kennedy. Emerson Kennedy in the past month has been able to, he battled Quantum Physics, he had Arsenal, he had Danny Myers, and now he's got JC coming up, you know what I'm saying? So it gives them the opportunity to build certain artists.
How can we get Vada to be a judge on one of these things, man? How can we get Vada to start judging some of these battles, man? What's going on, yo?
I don't think there's some really. I think what I do, I love being able to just view things from my perspective. Like, I don't want once you start getting too nitpicky, it's like they want to control the narrative of what you have. If you're not willing to talk good about something all the time, you're not gonna be a part of it. So I think I like what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I like what I'm doing. Huh?
I'm trying to stay away from that shit because I'm imagining a judging panel with No Mercy, Vada Fly,
with their politics
and Battle Truth.
The politics.
That would be an amazing judging panel right there, yo.
Yeah, but the politics, man, bro. The politics be too much. It be like, yo, if you're not willing to commit 100,000% to this, you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, you want to watch an RBE event? You're gonna go to an RBE event, or you're gonna go to a King of the Dot? That should be too much politics. And I didn't grow up and get into my 30s to have adults tell me what I can talk about versus what I can't talk about. So for me, I don't think it would ever work because you can't compromise what you got going on for someone else. So I don't know.
A lot of people try to act like that part of the game doesn't exist. So the politics are real.
What? Niggas will call you like, yo, niggas saw your blog about RBE, they wasn't feeling it. You know what I mean? Like, that shit happens very often. That shit will happen, dog. It will happen. Trust me, that shit happens.
So how do you maintain your integrity as Butterfly?
Just, well, once you become such a solo entity doing what you do, you know your phone's not gonna ring. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's gonna call you. Nobody's gonna call you. Nobody's gonna tell you, yo, you shouldn't have said this. You shouldn't have said that. Like, that's not gonna happen. But when you're trying to like latch on and get support from a bigger entity, it's only right. Like, McDonald's don't want their employees talking bad about McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Or Burger King don't want their employees talking bad about Burger King. But an independent person that's on Yelp could walk in any restaurant, get a meal. If they don't like it, say they don't like it. You know what I'm saying?
No, but what you said was real shit. When you need them, they can leverage you.
You can be leveraged, yes. But once you get 40, 50, 60,000 subscribers, I have like 22, I think like 20-something million views. Like, the Caffeine just, they just merged with Caffeine. You think Caffeine didn't hit me directly? You think they don't want to talk? You think they didn't send me an email that want me to like get with them? You think they don't? Mm-hmm. Regardless, you think they don't? Of course they do. They sent me an email the other day. He said, yo, we would love to talk, blah, 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 blah. But guess what? The ball's in my court. So if what you have going on isn't beneficial to me, I don't need it because I can still do, like I said, I'm an independent contractor. So I don't need the leverage of anybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you need them, they can tell you how you're gonna move. You're gonna move like this.
I low key think Caffeine trying to pimp battle rap right now, but that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah. I mean, that's a different story.
I feel like with the corona,
these niggas, I would hope all of these niggas riding that Caffeine wave is getting a check. I would really pray they're all getting checks for this shit because all these niggas is trying to pump this caffeine shit. Like,
I will hope,
but it's like, all right, well, I hope you're getting paid for it. Like,
I will hope. Well, I see that when they put in the post up, it says the paid partnership. So I will hope niggas get paid for their partnership.
I'm just saying, like,
the way I'm looking at everything as far as what they got going on, I just feel like being that the corona stopped so much stuff, it seemed like they more so trying to just capitalize off their investment. It's like, okay, we already cut this deal with URL. We spent whatever money we spent with them, but it's like, damn, now we can't even recoup. So it's like they got to go through other avenues to try to, like, you see Mike P got a video game deal with them and, shit like that.
Yeah, because they literally hit me like, yo, we're updating our content creator roster. We'd love to have you on to do a live show. I'm like, I don't work with these niggas, right? So y'all merged with them, and now y'all just going out trying to grab anybody who has a legitimate
That's what I'm talking about. They literally just trying to throw shit at niggas, like, just to drive traffic to their app. You know what I mean? And I get it. That's cool, but one and watch another, right? Like, don't just take shit just because you feel like it's gonna look good on Twitter and Instagram. Take it because it's mutually beneficial. You know what I mean? Like, so that's what I mean by I would hope niggas is seeing something beneficial out of this and just not doing this for clicks and likes. You know what I mean?
Well, we've seen a lot of these things before, like different things come, and then once the island get dry, everybody jump off that shit. You know what I'm saying? Next year, we be back on Watch Battle Live. You know what I'm saying? Like,
for real.
That's a fact.
We've seen these things happen before, so it's no guarantee that the ship is going to sail. But for me, like I said, when they hit me up, it was respectful. I replied. I said, yo, we could talk about what's the logistics of it, but I'm not going to compromise what I got going on to do something for free or to be like with the potential, you could potentially get something. No, I'm making hand over foot over here. Why'd I go over there to potentially get something? Just to look cool. Life don't work like that. Life don't work with just looking cool. Just looking cool, don't pay the light bill. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm good with that. So, you know, but hopefully it continues to grow. You know what I'm saying? It continues
we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, I'm not trying to shit on it, but we'll see. We'll I just don't, you know, there's a lot of people all of a sudden jumping on Instagram and Twitter talking about, I got a show on caffeine. It's like, all right, I mean, that shit sounds great, but it's like, you know what I mean? Like, what is it really about? You understand what I'm saying?
Did you get 250?
So, you know, just going forward, man. What's the next step for Vada Fly?
More of this. Well, you know, we started doing the podcast thing because a lot of folks, they wanted more content that was longer. And I normally did videos that were only around 15, 20 minutes max because I thought that people's attention really wouldn't gravitate towards it. So people wanted more of the get 15 topics of what's going on and just talk about all of them for an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? So we started doing those. We got like 6 or 7 episodes in, me and my guy Showtime SP. So we pushing that because it's nobody's flies with the podcast is called. Merchandise is doing well, so we continue to move merchandise. Like I said, I'm gonna continue to do as far as like with the new talent, because like I think that with everything that I've attained, a lot of the focus went off of the new talent, and some of them really weren't that good. So I mean, it was what it was. You know what I'm saying? Some of them really weren't that good. Like we didn't have Av. There's no Av. There's no Av walking through that door right now. I mean, it is what it is. There's no Av walking through that door.
But you know what? Let's be fair. Let's take a minute to shout out some good new niggas. Like, let's be fair.
Okay. Jay Kruger, dope. I still love Ace Amin. Fonz is pretty dope.
Fonz is my nigga. I fucks with Fonz.
Fonz got phenomenal bars. I like Don Marino. I like him a lot. I remember Don Marino was Don Dollars. I remember I went to one of his battles. We was in like a fucking hole in the wall. His name was Don Dollars. He drove all the way up from Miami to battle somebody, and then he battled Excel on that card, as a matter of fact. Don Marino is dope. I like Squeako. I love Squeako, man. Squeako is a really dope MC. I just
seen a clip of his today. That's funny you said him. I seen a clip of his today on Twitter. Son talk that shit for real.
Yo,
yeah, Squeako fire.
Talk that free shit. I like to hear. That nigga said, yo, my son was putting up so many bricks, coach had to take him out the game. Oh my God. Yo, what?
He said something like, y'all niggas playing Jordans. My niggas watch Jordan play. I was like, oh my God.
That shit I like to hear.
Squeako will say something as simple like, the can hit him. The can hit him. You should have ran, nigga. Like, and that shit will hit so fucking hard. Like, yo.
Yeah, nah, I just got put on to Son today. Yo, like, Son's on fire.
Yeah, I saw Squeako.
Who else out there, man?
I like Bad News. Out of that whole tournament, Bad News got the most polished resume. He's the only person that's battled Tay Rock, Shotgun, Suge. His resume is crazy.
I got Fonz taking that tournament.
You got Fonz taking the whole thing?
I got Fonz taking that tournament. Who you got, Mercy?
I got Real Sick.
Oh, y'all niggas will put me on the spot. Oh, my God. I got Ace Amin and Kid Chaos in the final. Shit, man. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna go with Ace Amin. Fuck Ace Amin. I'm gonna go Ace Amin. I think Ace Amin has a high upside, but I think he's got to put it all together, and he has to bring his A game all the time. And I think he has to take advantage of the opportunity. And when we spoke not too long ago, he said it wasn't about the money. He said he's just here to gonna prove a point. So I mean, it is what it is. But I like Bad News too. So
I gotta shout out Swamp too. I fucks with Swamp.
Yeah, Swamp is fire.
I like him a lot because he don't give a fuck about being niggas friends. He really in this for the competitive nature of it. So I fuck with niggas like that. Who else, man? I want to give one more person. Let's try one more.
Let's go with I like the Yana Cat. I think he got a little bit more tightening up to do, but I love that my clothes look better, my shoes look better, my hoes look better, my house look better. Your niggas don't like you. They don't fuck with you. I love that type of shit because it was so different. but we need more of those type of moments. And I like Lou Castro too.
Yeah, Lou Castro fire.
Yeah,
Let's talk about we can't skip over this because you came from the War Report era, man. We got to talk about what was your thoughts on the whole Norb situation.
What I will say is he has. I'm gonna go with the positive first. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go with that. He was one of the most innovative minds when it came to battle rap and finding talent and picking the best. Like his era, he has so many people that he brought. He brought in Geechee Gotti. Like, I mean, his talent is unlimited. You know what I'm saying? So he does have a niche in what he can do. He's the first one that saw me and told me, yo, you should blog. So like that, he can find talent on all levels. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was unfortunate how it ended. That whole situation. I don't know like what went all on with the baby. I don't know nothing about that shit. And that's something that I don't know nothing about that. But I thought it was unfortunate with how it ended. To have somebody that was around from your day one that helped you build from the ground up. And I heard that he actually came up with the name Ultimate Rap League to be thrown.
That's not true. That's not true. I know for a fact that's not true. That's not true.
I heard, but he was around from when it started though. He was around from
he was around. I'm not gonna say day one. He was around day two.
Okay. Well, okay.
I give him day two. I was there day one. I'm not saying I was sitting in a room with niggas, but when it came into inception, I got the phone call like, yo, this is what we doing. This is what we about to do it. And Norbs met them around. Got down with them anyway around that time. Like, you know what I mean? So they shit was already ongoing. He was just Mav's manager at first.
Oh, the NYB shit. Yeah.
Right. He was just Mav's manager. So once things got going, then he came into the fold through Mav.
But you know what though? Like I think that, and this is what I will say, I think Norbs got very comfortable as far as with what he had going on because he always knew that he could find talent. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, being able to always find talent, he just looked at it like this would always be my saving grace. And after a while, like it just every time something happened that had some kind of crazy negativity, it would always have his name involved. Like you'd have battle rappers saying, "Oh, this nigga told me my footage was gonna come out. I paid this nigga for a PG. I did that." Like it was mad reckless shit going on behind the scenes.
For years.
So I think that, and I was saying this in a blog before. You know how you'll be dealing with a shorty and you want to break up with her, but you just don't have a great enough reason. So once something good enough comes along, like, yo, this is it. I'm out. Like, I can't get over it. Because the situation that he got terminated for, they could have got past because we've seen way worse in battle rap. But I think at the time they just had to let him go. And he could still do this shit though. Like he has supporters and fans. And
listen, man. I'm not going. The man knows his battle rap. Nobody can take that away from him. He just needs to work on being a better person. You know what I mean? Like seriously, like it's not. Like nobody's ever questioned his battle rap ability. He knows his battle rap. Like, you know what I mean?
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? It's just the shit he does as a person that's the problem.
Yeah, and I think when you have a situation like when you have family, like you have wives, you have kids, you have all this situation, and then you drag them into a situation like I think it's more so working on you internally, like you like that's bigger than battle rap because that's always going to be around. You know what I'm saying? Like you got into a situation where you got into a physical altercation for allegedly coming at somebody when you have somebody out. That's a hard pill to swallow. So I think he can still do this shit though. Like if he got with I don't think he should get with no league. It would have to be him on his own doing his own thing. Like he couldn't get with King of the Dot or fucking RB. He couldn't get with none of them. He would have to do it on his own.
Well, I think both those parties have verbally said that ain't happening. So
you don't think he could do it on his own?
No, I'm saying in terms of RB, King of the Dot. I mean, the owners for them leagues have already slammed the door shut on that. So it's like he has to do it on his own pretty much unless he gets started with fucking a small league or something. I don't know, but
listen, don't come work for us.
My thing is this: like, if he could just clean up if he could just stop being a fuck nigga, he'd be alright in this game. That's really all he needs to do, man. Just stop the sucker shit. Man.
Yeah, and it was like that. I think that was a lot of what people's grievances were. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like when LeBron went to Miami. People wanted to see him lose. Like when you're the bad guy, people want to see you lose. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like we want to see you lose, and then people's not gonna have support for you. But I think that overall, he's a talented individual. Like I said, he's the first person that told me to cut a camera on and blog, and I wasn't even thinking about none of this shit. And I've literally changed my whole life with this shit because of what he told me. You know what I'm saying? So I could never forget what he's done, but he definitely has got some soul searching to do to be able to continue, because he's been in situations with fights before and shit like that. Like, this ain't the first rodeo for him. Like, it ain't the first one. This happened before over some.
But it gets to a point to where if a certain energy is following you everywhere you go, you need to look in the mirror.
Yeah. You're right. And
seriously, like, you can't play victim. You can't blame it on everybody else. If you a victim of your own energy, that's on you.
You're right. And I think that's where he has to. He would have to intellectualize, like, yo, whatever you went through, what are you gonna do to never put yourself in a scenario where you're in bad energy again? You learn from whatever you go through, and you never want to re-go through that. You need to do whatever it is to when you look in the mirror and say, you know what? I learned my lesson. I will never, ever put myself in a position to where I will go through something like I went through. And I don't think that has clicked. That light switch hasn't turned on yet, because he keeps getting in these crazy scenarios. You know what I'm saying? So I hope. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like
the first thing you do after the bullshit is you get on the camera and say, I got the utmost respect for RBE. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. And it's like, we know for a fact.
Like, you still ain't learned yet, huh? It's like, just like, come on, man.
It's like, bro, you was literally riding the wave of people saying, don't fuck with them. I never seen I never seen Mook versus Verb. What's that battle about? Like, he was going crazy. He was going crazy on him. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I used to be with the War Report, I used to be like, yo, if we went to a RBE event, oh my God. Mind you, I never made a single dollar with them ever. Never got paid. And I looked at never getting paid as paying your dues. Like, sometimes the best work that you'll do is stuff that you don't get paid for.
Absolutely.
I get like, yo, you went to this event? What the fuck you going there for? Oh, you disloyal. And I was like, damn, that shit was crazy. So I know that they didn't rock with RBA at all. So to come back around the corner and say, yo, I'm open to talking to them. And now I seen that.
Come on, my nigga. Like,
the ARP dropped. I was like, oh my God. I was like,
is that really like at that time, in that situation, is that really the most logical and sensible thing to publicly say?
No.
Even if you truly feel that way, like, you know what I mean? Is that like, come on, my nigga? Like,
nope. Keep that same energy.
Yeah, you gotta keep saying. And I respect, like I said, I still got respect for him. I still like I said, the things that he told me to do as far as like getting started, like, I could never repay him for it, because like I said, I've made a lot off of just sitting behind my camera talking shit. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely helped in that regard, but at the same time, you can't discount a lot of the shit that went on. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that battle rap, it continues to go. Like I said, battle rap will always continue to go. But if you keep, like you said, if you keep getting yourself in these situations, it's like, man, my nigga, like, what are we gonna do? What are they gonna do with you? You know what I'm saying? So I think URL had to move their way, but it's not like he had no part in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he definitely played a part in it.
That's a fact, man. All right, well, listen, my brother, man, we appreciate having you on. You've been fucking with us from the beginning. You always showed us number love. Give everybody your social media and everything where they can find you after they've been under a rock.
Oh man, Vada Fly on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? That there it goes right there. I don't really be on Facebook and all that no more. I still have one. I think it's Vada Fly. I don't really but YouTube and the Twitter is really like the biggest entities. You know what I'm saying? My man Showtime SP. Big shout out to him. He's Showtime SP on Twitter. And just, salute to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, like y'all said from the offset. I really don't do a lot of these, you know what I'm saying? Every now and then when I see the situation as something that, we can have positive conversation about, you hit me about it respectfully, and I definitely appreciated what you did, and I respect what y'all do. I can't wait to see what y'all got next, because I want to see some more trap, you know what I'm saying? Like the streets need some work, you know what I mean? So I definitely look forward to that. And, it is what it is. We're going to keep this thing going, you know what I mean?
You already, yeah. All right, man. That's true be told, y'all. Catch y'all on the next one.
Yeah. All right, man.
Yeah, salute.